Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, TheSommer. Today I'm doing more FTB, but I am no longer in my single-player world because I was invited onto the SpittyCraft survival multiplayer server for YouTubers and the like, I would say. This up here is Dendrophilia hiding a diamond block. I have no idea. I think he's AFK at the moment. But I was invited by a guy called Mr. Spitz, and there will definitely be a link to his YouTube channel in the description below. So if you want to say thanks to him or anything, that is where you will do it. But yeah, so I will be doing a server let's play instead of my single player let's play, because doing the same thing twice is sort of pointless for me. Like, it's just boring. So in order for me to maintain a steady level of funness, I will have to play on the multiplayer server instead of my single player let's play, at least for a while. So this episode is dedicated to one thing and one thing only. I am going to show you what I have made, and I'm going to show you what other people have made on this server. Now, it's not going to be a full guide to this server, and I might even get Dendrophilia to introduce himself along with his base if you're interested, and we can do some stuff there. But at any rate, let me show you what I have done. I am placed here in front of Spot UK's house. Like, he's been doing some digging and some stuff, and I went with a ruin theme. I wanted an underground base this time because making an overground base that looks nice is difficult, and I don't have that talent over there, so I went for this, a ruin theme. I made something similar to a mausoleum. I ripped down places, I replaced some blocks with mossy cobblestone, placed some vines here and there, and it actually ended up being really cool. I really like it, and it looks good from pretty much all angles, just like me. Yeah, I'm kidding, but yeah. And then in here we have a tree that is like burst out through the wall here. You can see it on the outside, I believe. Yeah, there it is. Kind of burst through the wall. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. What else do we have? We have some roof that has fallen. And down here we have the entrance to my base. So it looks really cool. I really like the green theme. There's no secret that my favorite color is green, so yeah. But basically you stand here, you go to the side, and whoop, you take a bit of damage because that's how I roll. And then this is what we have so far. It's basically just, this is my chest room, my storage area, and then I have this, which is basically the start of some industrial craft stuff. Oh, and there he went, Dendrophilia. Okay, so I literally have nothing. Like, I have a few things here that I've been digging up. Dendro actually gave me this diamond pickaxe, which is a total beast. It was really awesome of him, and I really appreciate that. So that's pretty much it. I have a few miners backpacks I've been doing, and a couple of 100 blocks away I've been doing a strip mine just to get away from spawn. I need to do a pulse extender on this button, but it's gonna be another time. Now, I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of Dendrophilia, and then I'm gonna see if he's interested in giving you all a tour. Hello, and welcome back. So, this is Dendrophilia, and I'm joined on Skype with him.
Hello.
And that is his treehouse that he is going to show us now, I hope.
Adeski's, like, just come over.
Yeah. Hello, Adeski, and welcome. Of course, he can't hear us because he's not on Skype, but as Dendro was telling me a minute ago, he's a part of a bigger group, so I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of them at some other point in time.
Yeah.
But
go on.
Show me what you've got.
Right. So basically, this, like you said, is a tree house. I was going for some like big tree type thing, but when I started building it, it started looking like the Great Deku Tree of Zelda, so I kind of scrapped that idea, ripped it down, and then started building like a giant tree house. That was basically it.
It looks extremely awesome from down here.
Yeah. If you like, I can't remember where it is. There's a certain point, if you stand like on the nether and look at it, it looks like a giant arrow. I can't remember where it is. I think it might actually be this bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually true. It looks like sort of like an arrowhead.
Yeah.
Cool.
That wasn't the design. That's not what I wanted it to look like. But I can't remember who pointed it out.
That's pretty cool.
So it's like you've got the main trunk, which is this bit, and then it's like I've quarried out the basement so I can put in the spawners and stuff. So you've got the zombie and skeleton spawners in there, and then you've got the automatic gunpowder farm for the creepers, just so like I don't blow up half of that bit, because I actually had an incident where I had them over there and some of the creepers were actually surviving the fall, and one of them actually, a skeleton shot the creeper survived, and then the creeper exploded and took out like the whole thing.
I could see how that could become a minor disaster with additional mobs spawning and such.
Yeah, there was a lot of skeletons and among other things spawning and killing me, but
yeah,
I managed to fix it all up and then move it over there, and there's like 4 barrels full of gunpowder down there.
Yeah, I also saw in your episode that you had to remove some of the buildcraft pipes because the barrels were full.
Yeah, which is I'm gonna figure that out and somehow make it work, but at this point in time it can just stay removed.
What you could do is use pneumatic tubing instead.
Well, yeah, I thought about that. It's one of those things that I don't understand. I'm gonna have to get into that though, because it transfers like liquids and items really quickly, and you don't have to use that golden pipe.
Well, it's not even. I don't even think the pneumatic tubes isn't really that fast, but it's really efficient because you don't have to worry about overflow and such. It will only move items through the pipes if there's a room for it.
Yeah.
It will jam up the system if there isn't room for it, but you can always make room with a void pipe or something. Oh, I just got an email. Want to show me the rest of your place?
Yeah, so this is a trunk. I have an issue with doing spiral staircases for pretty much everything. Most of the people on the server actually hate me for it because it makes them sick when they try going up it, but I can go up it really quickly.
Well, yeah, you also have a jetpack, so
yeah, that's one issue that I have. People can just jetpack straight up and land in my house, so I'm gonna have to like sort that out. But it doesn't bother me too much. I mean, they can jetpack straight up, but I want it's like people. I mainly used it so people could use the spiral staircase, but it doesn't bother me.
No, it's a cool thing. I think it's pretty awesome that you don't have to use the spiral staircase, because as other people have probably told you, it's annoying as hell going up.
Yeah, it just makes people sick. It's I think it makes Erling sick, and I think it also makes Mr. Spitz sick.
Well, it's one way to keep people out, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, the first room is most of the Greg Tech machines, the main machines that you need to build stuff. At the moment, I've just ripped most of it apart so I can build this industrial grinder. I need to actually block that off because I need to rip down the machine to fix my implosion compressor. But I'll do that. Okay. I'll do that later. I can't be bothered doing it now. But yeah, this is basically blast furnace, implosion compressor, and my grinder all in here. So when it comes to it, it's hopefully when I get all the machine blocks placed in, then I won't have to move blocks around and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's the main issue with these reinforced versions of the machine casing, because they cost steel to make and it's so expensive.
Yeah, that's true. It is really, like, I remember playing the mindcrack pack in the past, and because of Greg Tech, it is crazy grindy and expensive.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
These machines, like, it's nice to see that someone already has these machines on the server, because it's as you said, it's bothersome to craft.
Yeah.
It's definitely not super exciting. It's a bit of a grind. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, it's a hell of a grind. It's building. I had the implosion compressor and the blast furnace at my old house before I completely ripped it apart to move over to spawn, and then basically that was that. So I've decided to set up at spawn, so like new players such as yourself and people who are already on can still come over, use the machines and stuff like that. The house down there's Erling's. I don't think he's working on it with his wife. His wife also plays on the server.
Yeah, I was talking to him about that yesterday, and it was actually supposed to be a castle, not a mansion, even though I think that it looks more like that, personally. Yeah. But it looks really cool. And his wife's roof is driving me nuts, like, back at their base. It's so messy, and my OCD is just, like, oh, I can't stand it, but... Good for me that I don't have to be there a lot then. Yeah.
So this is the industrial craft room. Basically, it's just got most of the main the main components you need in the machines. I'm probably going to end up adding more, but at the moment you've got 2 macerators, 2 electric furnaces, and a compressor and an extractor, which is basically like completing the whole thing. Yeah. I've got overclockers, energy storage upgrades, and then the transformer upgrade, and I've got the power coming in from that MFSU, which is in the center bit where my lava's being held. Yeah, your base is crazy complex. Like, I try to watch your videos to try to figure out where the power came from all these machines, and like, I noticed lava behind the leaves looks really I don't know how to say it. It looks really dangerous. You're a brave man. Yeah. I did a lot of testing in creative before I even bothered to start it. Basically, the piping and the actual iron tank which is holding the lava it's not actually lava. It's basically fake lava. So it's just rendered. It's not real lava. But that's the problem you have with. Do you have that problem with the blast furnace? I actually did. I had it in this corner here, and me and Spitz was working on something, I can't remember what, and I took some machine casing off it, came back, and like most of this had started to burn down, and I was panicking and I managed to put it all out though and completely remove the lava from the actual blast furnace. So that's why I extended this out and used this marble brick idea to contain the actual lava. It looks really cool. Like I really like the design of your base in general. I love the fact that you're using you're not only spreading out to different rooms, you're also going up and down. I feel like that's pretty cool, and that's probably an idea I'm gonna steal. Yeah, feel free. So this is the industrial craft room, which is like the main project I did. Second room, which is basically it's an MJ power setup. I kind of helped Spitz do his, but he had it set up mainly at his place, and then I came over, did some tweaks and stuff like that, and helped him figure it out. But this is basically, it's 8 electric furnaces, 9 advanced solar panels, and then there's the MFE, which is up there, which is basically transferring all the power into the electrical engines. The main thing I do need is I need some sockets to increase the power upgrade. Yeah. But basically, this middle one is getting like double what the left and the right one is getting. But when the middle one fills up, the power will know where to go, and it'll just go over to the left one. So you don't have any like weird energy builds up and overloads and explosions. No, that's very good. But I was considering something. When watching your video about making this room, I was thinking about something. Why are you not using the energy conduits from the same mod as these thermal expansion? Well, I thought these were actually from this mod pack, but no. These conductive pipes are from BuildCraft. And then you have a similar piping to these, what are they called? Redstone energy cells, which are basically it's called conduits, and they should be able, both these conduits and the liquiducts, again from the same mod, can move the most power. Like, they are crazy fast. Oh, sweet! I'm not aware. Like, I don't know how much energy these guys produce. Oh, I think I know which ones you mean. The energy conduits. I've got loads of them. The problem is I don't think you can put these gates in them. No, that's true. You can't actually put the gates in. That's a very good point. I didn't think of that. It's the issue with the gates, because the gate is what turns the machine on and off. And if I didn't have them, basically. I think it'd explode.
Yeah, I actually don't know if these engines explode. I'm pretty sure, isn't it only combustion engines and steam engines that can explode?
Yeah, the electrical engines don't explode, but it's like the energy conduit may back things up, and I think the energy conduit also explodes, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, I also see that you changed out the alloy for the redstone.
Yeah, because Spitz was having an issue at his house where he was getting a lot of lag, and I went over and we ended up finding out it was actually all the alloy wire he was using, so we ended up just going with redstone and sticking redstone repeaters down.
Okay, I actually didn't even know that was an issue for people, that the alloy was causing that kind of those kind of problems.
I didn't notice until I went over to Spit's house. We literally spent about an hour and a half just sat at his base destroying blocks and things like that.
Yeah.
And in the end, I just decided, right, I'm going to remove everything and then I'll replace it. And basically, we removed everything and then we started. And the last thing to go in was actually the red alloy wire. And when we put that in, we noticed that the FPS dropped, and then we decided, well, we can hook it up with redstone, which works just as the same. It's just a little more complex.
That's true. Alright, I'll keep that in mind then, making my base.
It can be used. I mean, it doesn't like drag it down dramatically, but it's depending on how much you use, and I don't know if it actually like stays like that completely. It's just one of those things. So this is basically just a normal. This is basically the bedroom, but I've got machines stranded around with chests all over the place. I'm actually hopefully going to set up a system which allows me to use an ender pouch to pump stuff from the ender pouch into a chest, which will then hold the stuff. So if I ever go mining and things like that, I don't have to worry about inventory space.
No, that's actually something I've been working on as well. I had a good idea. Actually, one of my friends gave me a good idea with ender chests and turtles, because the problem with turtles are they run out of fuel and they run out of inventory space. What you could do is have two different ender chests, and then whenever it needed fuel, it would place down an ender chest, and that ender chest would be filled with coal. It would take a stack of coal, remove the ender chest, and like go on. If it was full with stuff, it would just drop down the other ender chest, put all the stuff in that one, and it would get auto sorted back in the base. So you could just have a turtle going like infinitely. But that's again something I'm working on.
Yeah,
kind of a spoiler.
Computercraft is one of those things that I really want to get into, but I'm finding it extremely difficult. We've got a resident like IT technician. Spot used to go to university and do his sorts of like computer stuff and junk like that. I did a bit of IT when I was at school and things like that, and I mastered a few things, but writing scripts is not really the easiest thing.
I myself is studying computer science at the moment, so I'm kind of I'm learning as well. But Lua is one of the languages that I have already pretty much mastered, so that's a good thing. And computercraft is like my favorite mod of all. It makes the start like you can get a turtle and just start mining. It's amazing. Like it's not very efficient. Like quarry will always be more efficient, but it's definitely easier to just start with a turtle.
Yeah, well, this is basically the chest room, which is holding like my wood, my stone, dirt, and then food and so on and so forth. But like these chests, these 5, they're just full of rubbish and stuff like that because I've not managed to do anything. And then these safes, I've got all my main components, like machine wise and stuff like that. I've got in here. It's like all my machines and turtles and things are in them, and then same goes for that. The
personal saves are, of course, personal to him, so no one can go grab his stuff, which is a good thing. I'm probably not going to bother with them just because I don't actually. Let me just have a look. Personal.
I just like them. I like the look of them, and because they protect my things.
Yeah, I don't know. I might do it in the future. I have no idea. It's a bit over the top for me. Oh, and an empty room in here, I see.
Yeah, we've got an empty room here, and then over here is also another empty room, and then that is actually going to be my TheSommer room, which I actually need to get started on, and then that room over there, which is identical to this one, is also empty. But one of these is hopefully going to become a computercraft room, I am actually considering this one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like a walkway that goes out, and then one of those arcane levitators to take you up into the actual Thaumcraft room.
Oh, that would be sweet.
I just need to unlock it in the Thumb.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, Thaumcraft is also one of my favorite mods. It's so good, it's so well made. There's just one problem. When you've done it once, you never want to do it again.
Yeah,
it is like
it's just so boring after a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Just repeating the exact same thing and trying to figure all the I don't know what you'd call them, all the recipes out and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was horrible. Like, doing the first time, it was so shiny, it was so bright, it was so perfect, and it was so much fun just chucking stuff in, getting researches. But when you actually need to get get to a goal in it, it's impossible, because you're not gonna get the recipe that you want right off the bat. So it's like it's so much work for no apparent reason.
Yeah, but, it's one of those like mods that once it is done, you're done with it. You'll never, even if everything gets reset, you're not gonna do it again.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do it again, because there's a lot of things in it that you really want, but you don't really want to research.
Yeah,
and that's I don't know, like, whenever we're resetting a Feed the Beast map, it's always like, okay, we can lose the map, but the research is not so much.
It's gonna kill you.
Yeah, exactly. And I saw in your video, now you have the solar panels over there, so you've actually already, you could go this way. You've actually already gotten to, you've gotten to solar panels, which are really cool.
Yeah, so far I've got 12 of the advanced ones, which these 9 are powering the MJ room, which if I was to empty all 3 of the cells, it doesn't completely keep it, like, once I put all 3 empty cells back in, the power in the solar panels and the MFE would run out, and it wouldn't have enough to fully charge them. But we've got the chunk loader, which is in the center of the nether hub bit. It's on the underneath, which is basically covering all 8 of everyone's plots, which is going to also have to be extended at some point.
Okay, that's really cool. So my base is actually chunk loaded already. Yeah,
so you don't have to. It's like if you set a matter fabricator going and you came back the next day, like, it would be pretty much finished.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That is super awesome. I was actually worried that I had to go kill Enderman, because that's not fun without armor. Oh, and I can see we have a guest down at the portal.
Yeah, I normally just sit up here and wait until one comes through, and then just shoot it with my bow and arrow, because I've got an awesome enchant on it.
You have a lot of awesome enchants, but on the other hand, you have that amazing room below your base, which I'm really jelly of. But yeah, so I'm really happy that you are on the server to provide me with all the stuff that I need, because I'm too lazy to get started and actually do stuff. I'm gonna have to make myself a jetpack today, though. That's probably something I'm gonna do before I end the episode.
That's everything. I normally have at least 2 jetpacks, but I've only got 1 because I keep giving my jetpacks out. I mean, I'll see someone who doesn't have a jetpack and it'll just annoy me, and then I'll give them one. I mean, I gave my last one to Sput, and he uses that every now and again, and I've just not got around to building another jetpack yet.
Did lightning just strike my building?
Well, the rain, that's the one thing I've been scared about, is the lightning hitting my house and my house burning down. But because it's raining, it's perfectly fine. I mean, when we activated the Twilight portal right there, it struck and it just clipped the corner of the thing. It didn't touch it, but it was so close to hitting the very corner. I panicked.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a problem, but you shouldn't actually write it off, because that guy Endercell, I know you know him as well.
Yeah.
On one of his live streams, he actually captured, one of a lightning strike basically hit underneath one of the trees, and it burned up because the top of the trees were protecting the fire from the rain. So you can actually be really unlucky, but since your base, like, your trunk is so far in from the
the only bits it could hit is these bits underneath, but if it does set fire to it, it'll take out the top blocks and then the rain will be put out. So I'm not 100% worried. But like I said, if it burns down, it burns down. There's nothing I can really do about it. It's just going to happen. Especially
not when you are Dendrophilia.
Yeah. So I mean, look, it hit like right down there. What me and Erling have decided to do is at some point we're going to build a lightning rod and stick it in the center of spawn, because we're gonna have charger mats and things like that in the corners, and then they can just get charged by lightning strikes.
Isn't there some way to disable the rain as well with some machine?
It's like a disperser or something like that. I cannot remember.
We need to get that done, because I hate the rain. I had to turn off particles, because when I'm recording, the rain is the worst. The worst.
Yeah. That's it, a dissipation charge. You use that, and I don't know what you use it in, but you use it in something, and it makes the rain go away. It's a nasty piece of equipment. It's not a nasty. It's a nice piece of equipment, basically. But the thing is, people can use the rain for lightning to charge things. I mean, I'm definitely going to use it for spawn and just charge up trader mats and things like that. But like not trader mats, charger mats. God damn it! But there's many components that you need EU for, and I may end up setting one on the top of my house as well. But I've got this massive open area up here, which is going to be used for solar panels, and then I'm going to just run cable down, because on the very underneath part down here, I've got like a 1 block space where I can run cable and stuff like that. It's just like nice. A one little space which I've got cables running out or running from. It's basically, I've got the lava pipe which is taking, and then I've got the actual glass fiber cable coming out of the MFSU, which is going straight over to the room with the industrial grinder and things like that. And then I have this MFSU which is taking the power into the industrial craft room, which then has a medium voltage transformer and then a low voltage transformer for the compressor and the extractor, and then basically the medium voltage goes straight into the macerators and the electric furnaces. Oh, so they can actually take medium voltage? If you put a upgrade in them, one of the transformer upgrades, yes, and if you remove it, it makes the machine explode. Yeah, that's what I knew about, but need to put okay, here we go. Yeah, okay, I see. And then I've got energy storage upgrades in case I lose full power, I can still cook things. Yeah. And not have to worry. But it's also when you have, like, you do have 8 overclockers in this one and that one, it doesn't really matter that, well, you need to fill out all the spaces, right? There's no reason not to. Are they difficult to craft, by the way? Energy. The energy storage upgrades are actually relatively easy. You only need RE battery, an electric circuit, and then some wood and some copper cable. They're actually like the cheapest things to build. Yeah. It pretty much looks like a battery box. Yeah. Pretty close, at least. Yeah, pretty much 100% close. The transformer upgrades are actually quite annoying to build, because you need to build medium voltage transformers and then like glass fiber cable and then not glass fiber cable, but gold cable. Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at the recipe as well. The overclockers though, I spent like a whole days, well not a day's worth, like a whole little session just sat here just building all the overclockers. I mean, it sucks because it's those coolant cells doesn't stack. Yeah, that's the worst part. Which is the hard part. I mean, I had like a full inventory of them, and then I had like a full project table full of them. I mean, if I could make the project table, if you could make the project tables hold more, it would just be awesome. Yeah, but you can't, unfortunately, which sucks. I'm actually considering right now, I might actually at some point do
sort of like a factory with auto crafting tables making those items, because it's just a bother. It doesn't even it doesn't make sense how annoying it is.
Yeah,
that's another problem with GregTech. That happens a lot, where you have stuff that doesn't stack and the recipes are complicated as fuck, and
yeah, it just ruins things. One of the main things that's annoying me is I need netherrack to fill this thing, and I end up like running out of it and everything like that, and it just makes everything extremely difficult. So it's like I need to sit at one point, just run something and just sit and wait until it's like completely finished, and then I can just take all the netherrack and just throw them in this, and then just sit the energy cells in and just wait. So the only issue is these magmatic engines don't give enough like energy to like allow them to run quickly, because with the MJ stuff with I can't remember what mod pack this is from, but it's like the more energy it has in it, the faster it runs.
Exactly.
These will normally get the max they'll get up to with just the electrical with the normal engines. They'll reach at least like 8,000, and then they use like 8,000 to cook the netherrack. So you end up running out extremely quickly. But with the engines actually running and then putting in the energy cells, it keeps them all fully charged, and they can physically do like 48 in each one, and then they run out, and then the engines take over, and then it slows down. It's just the issue that of filling a 2 million tank with 2 million lava, and you get 1k lava from one netherrack, so it's kind of really a pain.
But didn't you say earlier that you could run? How many engines do you have? Do you have like how many electrical engines do you have in your MJ room?
At the moment I've got 8. I'm thinking about somehow changing the system around, because it's facing this way, like turning it so it's the energy cells are facing on this way, and then hopefully I think I might be able to add 1 extra energy cell, and then at that point then I've got like a lot more. But what I can also do is I can move the system over another block's worth, I believe, and then or another 2, and then I can add another 4 engines, another 2 engines in either bit, so 4 engines altogether, which should charge it quicker. But I think if you use those sockets, you can put the sockets in there and they just make them run faster as well, and it does a lot of unreal things basically.
Yeah, but that my point. Oh, 1 second, I just need to cough. My point was, like, you are making basically the problem with Minecraft jewels, especially from thermal expansion, is you can't make Minecraft jewels into BuildCraft. Well, sorry, you can make it into EU.
Yeah.
But you can make EU into BuildCraft
MJ,
power. So
yeah.
Why would you? I'm sitting here thinking why you're doing in your room in here. You're pretty much having magmatic engines run themselves, plus giving you a surplus of lava, right?
Yeah,
you could instead have like solar panels or EU in general run the magma crucibles, and then use that magma to run use the magma engines to charge up your I don't know how much of a difference it would make, but if you use the magma engines to create power for the entire plant, if you know what I mean, like instead of the electrical engines, then use the magma, the lava you're getting, to do that, and then use the solar panels to create lava.
The thing is, like at the moment, I'm basically getting free energy by just using these solar panels. The way to do it is if I was using the magma to then to utilize the things. I'm kind of like, if you get it, it's like I'm using free EU to make magma, but then I'm ending up using magma to make more magma, so it's kind of like wasting it, kind of. It's like with this setup, it's relatively easy. What I'm tempted to do is just add in another energy cell at some point, and then just run the energy conduit piping from that room. I did try it. I tried having it running from this room over to there, but the energy cells died out too quickly because there wasn't enough power being generated. But I'm thinking if I can just like edit it a tiny bit, I might be able to like get more engines powering the energy cells, which means I'm getting more MJ, which means they may not end up running out. But it's one of those things. I'm gonna have to get Spitz to just like one day, just like talk to him one day, so he can teach me how to use these socket things, because you need one of those assembly table type things, I think it was, or a carpenter. I can't remember correctly.
I believe it's the carpenter for the circuit boards.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, it's one of those things where you need to know exactly how much energy you're producing and how much you're using. It can get really complicated. And in your case, where you've been playing for about a month, right, on this map?
Yeah, I'd say about a month. Yeah.
You're at that point where it's just like it's so difficult to have an overlook of what's happening, because like that's a lot of magma crucibles. Can't you, if you have let's pretend like you have a steady source of netherrack, wouldn't you be able to use the magmatic engines to run the magma crucibles and have a surplus of lava?
Well, that's what I did have at one point. I just had netherrack going into the actual engines and into the crucibles, and then the lava being generated going into the actual engines to power the crucibles. And that's how I had it running. But with this new setup, I'm basically, what I can do is I can use free energy, which I'm basically getting using the solar panels to make the lava, and then using the lava that's generated into the engines as well, basically having these running when I've actually got netherrack in them, basically. So I'm kind of like utilizing I'm using netherrack to make the lava, which the lava is then going into the actual engines. So when the cells do run out, the crucibles are still being charged, but extremely slowly. I did a test to see how much altogether to keep these like fully charged. You need three engines, but because of how I'm doing it, there's not a lot of room. I'd have to have it on the front, underneath and above, because I can't have it round the back, because that's where the lava needs to get out at. So it's like having it like this, it's not really 100% efficient. I'm probably just gonna scrap the whole thing off when I get enough solar panels and just have a solar room, and then like just give these crucibles and stuff away. But I've also got 5 crucibles which I'm going to set up in here to then use lava in them to then generate loads of electrum, copper, tin and tungsten, which I can then use. And I actually did do that back at the other house, and I ended up getting so much copper and tin and stuff like that, I just ended up selling it. I mean, in one of these safes down here, I think it's this one, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copper blocks, and then 4 tin blocks, and then I've got loads of electrum itself. It's just, there's literally loads of it. And I mean, people need electrum and stuff like that, and I've gone from the point of selling it to basically just like, if people need it and they ask me, I'm just basically giving it to them. Okay. And then they can just use it.
That was a nice introduction to your base. We pretty much got everything covered, I believe, and we even had a little talk on how to, what your plans were for the future for your base. But I think I'm going to end the episode here before it drags on for too long, because I'll have to upload this for several days in a row, pretty much. It's not going to be too bad, but yeah, so it was a nice introduction, but I think I'm going to stop you here and then probably have another talk with you some other day, or possibly do something else on camera. But I think that's going to be it for the base introduction, and I hope everyone got a good idea of who Dendrophilia is and what he does. And there will of course be a link to your YouTube channel in the description below, so if you feel like checking out some of his stuff, seeing the base actually being built, which I've been doing, today, you should go check out the Let's Play that he has on this server. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Any closing statements?
Adios.
That'll work. Alright guys, so that was Den with his base and his visions for his base in the future. It was really interesting. A lot of the questions that I had, he was able to answer, so that was really awesome. And as I said, if you're interested in watching his stuff, there is a link in the description below. It would really mean a lot to me if you went and said hi to him. That would be really awesome. So wrapping this episode off, I want to craft my electric jetpack because I need one desperately. I am sick and tired of walking around, so jetpack it is. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.